Hi, everybody. It's Heather Ruth coming live to you this October. What is the date? The 3rd or the 4th? Actually, it's the 4th. Oh my goodness. It's so wonderful to be here. I hope everyone can hear me. I am trying out my new ear pods to have a little bit more flow because the last time I do it, I ripped my headphones out of my ear. And anywho, I'm Heather Roof. I'm an intuitive life coach, a quantum numerologist, and a healer. And I love to have conversations that for some of us might feel really difficult in the fact that I'm talking around emotional plane connection. What does it mean to be in love? I made a post the other day and it said, gratitude is the gateway to our expansion and our love. And it absolutely is. When we are in a struggle or dealing with some kind of a mental mind trap, like I'd like to call it, we get sucked into these patterns, these repeated loops sometimes. And we have a hard time training ourselves how to get out of them. Sometimes we don't even have a clue where to begin. And it's really about taking this pause in life, about pausing in the moment of feeling like you're in fight and flight so that you can get back into some rest and repose. And there's many different ways we can do a pause. And I know a lot of people deal with EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique. And one of the biggest things that I find is that I'm, especially right now, in the way of the changing of the seasons. And I can feel this seasonality of it's gloomier out where I live. The gray clouds tend to, I've always had to battle with seasonal depression, I guess, in essence. I love the sunshine. I do miss my blue Alberta skyline, even knowing it was like minus 40. It was absolutely 10 or 11 years of enjoying blue skies in the winter. And where I currently live, it's very gray and it's very socked in. And I have to remind myself when I get into certain moments of lackluster energy, laissez-faire, I feel lazy. What can I do to get back into the essence of myself? And what is the essence of who I am and where am I spending my time? And so I've started this practice called the pause. And when I'm in a conversation with somebody and I can feel that I might be getting triggered or I might be in a fight and flight response kind of space, I take a deep breath and I pause. And I just stand there. My eyes might be open, but what I'm doing is I'm pausing and I'm checking in with my body. I'm checking in with the temperature, the feelings. Am I feeling sad, angry, frustrated, annoyed? What are they that I am experiencing so that I can name them? This is a technique that I utilize with my children so that they can learn to name the experience and the emotion in which they are in. And I myself find that this pause is helping me to create a boundary with people that's a little bit more succinct and clear. I just watched a Red Table Talk, Jada Pinkett's Red Table Talk the other day, and she had on, I'm going to butcher her name, Nidra, this beautiful therapist who wrote a book about setting boundaries. And it's currently in my basket, and I'm ordering it to read it in December. But it's understanding how to set loving boundaries. But when we don't explain to people and she explained it this way, it's your preference. It's your preference and how you receive love or receive information or spend your time. This isn't about the other people. This is about you. This is about how you want to be spending time within your own essence, within your own self. And how do we create boundaries? Well, we create boundaries by being very clear what it is. So let's just say one of their examples was someone didn't want to be touched, doesn't like to be touched. Physical touch is something that's uncomfortable for them. And if someone comes into your space who's a super hugger and they're right up in your grill, but you don't want it, do you just stand and take it? Do you just like take the hug and feel uncomfortable and like crawling in your skin? Or do you say, oh, whoa, sorry, I don't enjoy that physical touch or hugging strangers. That's not my preference, but I'm more than willing to shake your hand. I'm more than willing to fist bump you. Whatever it might be that is good for you in this moment is honoring your essence, is really knowing who you are. And we can do this at any point in our lives. We do not have to be 10, 5, 7. We can be 80 and just learning how to set our boundaries. This is recreating yourself in how you interact with others. This is my gratitude practice. Or I'm going to set a boundary. I like to get up and I like to move slowly. I like to kind of let the momentum build in my day. I've told my husband this. He gets up and he gets working out right away. I am not like that. I cannot function that way. But I do like to get up and I do like to move and I do like to allow the energy of momentum to pick up within my body. I love to have a moment of silent reflection, the pause, where I close my eyes and I go inside and I understand what my body is experiencing this morning. And then I come from a place of asking myself, okay, now what's the next best step? What's the next best thing to do in my day? How do I feel? How do I want to move today? Do I want to walk around in big steps, stretching it out? Because sometimes I do that. I just want to move in a more flowy essence. Then do that. But it's really about connecting in and spending time within your essence. And the more you do that, the more you spend time within here, the more life around you in the external world just starts falling into place. You don't need to know how. You are in control of anybody outside of yourself. You don't get to tell them or dictate how their response and reaction will be, but you do get to know and honor you. You get to feel in to your heart space, into your chakra energy line. Is anything blinking? Is anything needing my attention? This is something that humanity is really needing to do right now. We're needing to step into more of what we want and less of what the outside world is telling us to do, be, act, and whatever. We all have our own unique essence, our own unique way of walking in this world. And I know that I'm a ruling number 7 in numerological land, and there's so many things about that. Sometimes when I'm on the lower energy, I can't make decisions to save my life. I get caught up in wanting to do all of the things, and yet I never truly was able to focus. So now that I understand that and I find myself in that space, I take the pause. I pause and I breathe and I feel into myself when I know that I'm approaching of making a decision to pay for a course or a decision to enter into something. Does this feel good for me? I allow my essence to speak for me, through me, so that I can be on the higher side of that energy. And as a 7, I'm also great at taking risks, but for a really long time in my life, risks were really scary. But yet every risk I've ever taken has always paid off in my benefit. But when I was in the lack side of life, when life was happening to me and not for me, right? Where I couldn't see the abundance self. And when you get to connect with your essence, you start feeling that abundance on a more abundant manner, for a lack of a better word. So anyway, I hope that this might be helpful for you. I hope that you're finding the light in the dark, that you're making your own transitions into recreating the self, the what you want, and that you're spending time within your essence and really feeling into what does that mean for me. And if you're ready and you want some guidance, I invite you to connect with me and let's have a coffee chat. Let's talk about what could be a next step. Maybe it's getting a numerological reading and finding something else out about yourself that you didn't really know, or that you knew but you just didn't know, if that makes sense. Or maybe you're looking for a coach or a guide on your healing journey. And I love holding space with people as they're healing themselves, because it's not me doing the healing. I am there to witness, to support, to pour love into you so that you can receive from yourself. So these are the things that I would love to connect with. And I'm trying new ways. I've not really put myself out there in a long time. And so the things that I do is I coach one-on-one with my clients. I have a couple of different packages that we can talk about, but I also provide your numerological reports. I'm studying in my advanced numerology right now. And it's amazing the information that is out there through our numbers. And come join us in the group, The Creators, on Facebook. We're a community that is raising the vibes, that is all about unity consciousness. We share numerological information. We share our hearts and ourselves from the most authentic, whole places that we can be. We're here to support one another as we rise, as we awaken into what's really true for us as individuals. So I send you so much love, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.